What's up, Geek Girl World? This is Ari, and welcome to Top 10 Tuesday, where we count down your favorites and sometimes your not so favorites. But this week we have a favorite, as we are counting down the top 10 greatest action films of all time. Now, this week we also have a special treat because we are giving away 2 swag packs for London Has Fallen. So basically, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment on this video, you can win this hat and a signed poster from the cast of London Has Fallen. Also, you can win this shirt that I'm wearing, this nice Union Jack London Has Fallen logo, and some coasters with the London Has Fallen logo as well. Keep calm, London Has Fallen, but it's all under control because, you know, Gerard Butler is there and he's hot. Anyway, on with the countdown. Number 10 is Commando. And I love this film, especially when Arnold is like, "Get to the chopper!" And, you know, just a side note, there's that, in London Has Fallen, he has that line somewhere in the movie. You gotta go check it out to find out where it is. But I like, legit, like, was like, oh my god, yes, I love that he said that. But yeah, you gotta go check out the movie to find out when he says it. But yeah, Commando definitely is a great action-packed film. One of my favorites from Arnold. I don't know any Arnold Schwarzenegger fan that doesn't like Commando, because that is, I mean, that would be blasphemy. Number 9 is Kill Bill Volume 1. Now, when I first saw this film, I was like, yes, a badass chick with a sword. It was amazing, and I don't even mind like the cartoon blood splatter or whatever. The action sequences in this were just stunning, and it's definitely one of Quentin Tarantino's best works. I'm hearing rumors that there might be a return of The Bride, so hey, I'm all for that. Definitely, this is just, it's just a piece of art. It really is. Number 8 is The Matrix. Now, this isn't your typical action. It's more like sci-fi, but like the sequences in The Matrix, again, it's just really, you know, just action-packed. I mean, it's just really like stunning visuals, you know, really cool choreographed fight scenes. This is definitely one of those, and you have a badass chick, of course, Carrie-Anne Moss's Trinity, but just everything about this film looks really, really cool, and what you would expect from your typical action film. But you have a really good beginning of a storyline here that, you know, we kind of see, you know, we see play through the other 2 films. You know, they're kind of a letdown, but there's so much promise in this first film. So much promise. Like, you were like, yes, this is a world I want to see more of this world. Number 7 is Raiders of the Lost Ark, and this is more of your action adventure type, and it's got a nice, really tight storyline to it, and just seeing Harrison Ford, you know, just command this role. I mean, this is like, I mean, I fell in love with him as Han Solo, but still, I mean, it's like I fell in love with him again as Indiana Jones. And you really, Indy is sort of this unlikely action hero. You know, he'd rather be away from the action, but he's not going to step down from a fight. And if the action is happening around him, he's okay with that, you know. One of the best scenes in here is when he pulls out the gun. Like, the guy is like whipping with his sword, and he just pulls out the gun and be like, it's over. It's over. Number 6 is The Bourne Ultimatum. And this is really like the Adrenaline Junkies action film, because it's like non-stop action sequences. Matt Damon is excellent, and he is like kicking ass and taking names, and you don't want to be on his bad side. You don't want to be the one he's coming for, because he will come for you and he will get you in this film. And it just, the chase scenes, it's like the one where he's on the motorcycle and he's going through those really skinny corridors. I mean, the fight scenes in this, I mean, it's just like hardcore nonstop. And there is definitely a good storyline, which you don't really, like when you get an action film, you get like, it's like blow up, shoot up, chase, punch, kick, kill. And that's okay, because that's what you expect from an action film. You go to an action film and you just want to see stuff get blown up and people get beat up. That's what you do with an action film. You don't necessarily care about the plot. But this is one that actually really, I mean, you get that nonstop heart beating, heart pounding, pulse racing action, but you still have this really good plot that's tying it all together. And definitely it's like one of the good ones. Number 5 is ROBOCOP. ROBOCOP, the first one, not the remake. Not the remake. We're talking the one with Peter Weller, who is like phenomenal. We're not talking about any remakes here. This was like, I mean, who would have thought, like, you put a cop in a suit and you'd have a robot cop, you have a RoboCop, and I mean, this was like ahead of its time, definitely. And as far as like mixing like the sci-fi genre with the action genre, like definitely this is like a precursor to some of your more like comic book sci-fi action films that are coming out now. RoboCop was kind of like one of those first ones that kind of like mixed those two together, and it did it really, really well. Number 4 is T2 Judgment Day. And again, this is one of your sci-fi action, you know, meets, you know, sci-fi meets action kind of blending films. But again, it's done really, really well. It's like updated. Like, I like T2 better than Terminator. This is the best of the entire series, and you don't need to see the other films after, ever. You can just forget those exist. You can see Terminator 1, and then you can see T2, and then you can only watch T2, because T2 is like the ultimate. I mean, when Robert Patrick was like, you know, like as the T2, and he's like liquefied, and you just see him just come up and you like mold, like in his mold, and then you see him like running, and he's like running after them, and he's like, oh my god, that was like really super cool and super scary at the same time. I would not want that T2 hunting me down. Number 3 is Lethal Weapon, and this was like your buddy cop movie, and it was like really, really action packed. And I have to say, like, I really agonized about either putting Beverly Hills Cop on the list or Lethal Weapon, and then I weighed them, and I really think that when you come to your like buddy cop movies, Lethal Weapon is like leaps and bounds above that. And there were some things that I liked better about the other movies on this list than Beverly Hills Cop. But if you have, you know, if you have anything you want to say about that, just let me know in the comments. But Lethal Weapon was just amazing. Again, you have Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, partners in crime, and just this had a really good, it had a good subplot, it had a good plot, but you don't really care about that, and you don't really care about anything else except for Danny Glover and Mel Gibson kicking ass and taking names. Like that fight scene on the lawn, oh my god, that like went on, and you're like cringing because it looks so painful. But I mean, that was like one of the best fight scenes ever. Number 2 is Enter the Dragon, and all I have to say about this, well, I have a lot to say about this, but the one thing that I want you to take away from this is that we missed out on Bruce Lee. We really did. Because Enter the Dragon is just phenomenal. It's like the most brilliant piece of art ever. And it may seem a little dated because, you know, this is the 70s and you got that 70s music and you know, you got the 70s locale. It may seem a little dated, but the fight scenes in this, they're still doing the same kind of fight scenes. And that's the scene with the mirrors. Oh my God. That, you can't reproduce that. You can't do that over again in a film ever, because it was done perfectly in this film, in Enter the Dragon. So no other film can ever do that, because they would be diminishing the whole perfection of that scene. So yeah, Enter the Dragon is one of those that you have to like transport yourself back in the 70s and say, okay, I'm gonna like get in my time machine, I'm gonna be like I'm in the 70s and I'm gonna watch this as I'm in the 70s. If that whole thing of like, if you have something where you don't like any old movies or any movies older than you or your grandmother, but it's definitely one of those that you have to watch and you have to take it in the way it was done, and you will appreciate the style and the beauty of it, because it was just phenomenal. Number one is probably one of my favorite movies of all time, as far as action films go. I mean, I watch all kinds of movies. I'm not just an action junkie, but I like, you know, there are times when I love action, and there's a time when I have to have action. Like, I crave chicken wings. I have to have chicken wings. So yes, I have to have action when I want action. But this is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's called Die Hard. You may have heard of it. This film, I mean, Bruce Willis, he is taking down these terrorists in this tower, and he has no shoes and half a shirt. And it's just amazing. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And Alan Rickman, God rest his soul, this is when I fell in love with Alan Rickman. Now, you guys may have fallen in love with him as Severus Snape, but I fell in love with him as Hans Gruber. Hans Gruber, the best action villain of all time. Yes. Yes. So, I mean, this is like, Die Hard is all year round. It's best Christmas movie ever, best action flick of ever, best summer flick of ever. Definitely one that you can always watch and always pull out. So, thanks for watching. That's the list. Remember, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and visit our website, geekgirlworld.com, and subscribe right here for more Top 10 Tuesdays. And be sure to enter our contest, because you can win this hat and a signed poster from the cast of London Has Fallen, and this shirt and some coasters from London Has Fallen. You only have to just subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment on this video. It's so easy. So easy. So do it. Alright? Bye!